Chef Productions. Right, we're going to do something today. It could be vegan, it could be vegetarian, depends what your point of view is. It's going to be a gingery shiitake noodles. Now, we've got shiitake noodles. I've got about 125 grams of shiitake mushrooms, not shiitake noodles. I'm using about 150 grams of dry noodles, using ginger, spring onions, some chopped across and some sliced in slices. I've got hosin sauce, which is vegan. I've got sesame seed oil. I've got light soy. And I've got some groundnut oil that I start things off in. So I'm using sweet soy as a sauce and hosin as a sauce. Some people will use an oyster sauce, but as this can be a vegan alternative, I'm not using an oyster sauce. I haven't got any anyway. So, and I'm using I use about 2 teaspoons full of ground ginger because I haven't got any fresh ginger. I'd really like to grate a fresh root of fresh ginger about, I don't know, a couple of inches. But I haven't got that, so I'm going to use ground ginger. Okay, without further ado, it's going to be done. It's also going to be cooked in a wok, very hot wok. So without further ado, we'll go to the hob. Right, I'm on the hob. Hob's warming up. I've put the noodles in a saucepan of hot water and just simmered it a little bit just to soften the noodles. Obviously they'll cook properly in here. Okay, right, we've got the wok's coming up to temperature. I'm going to use, I usually just gauge by experience what I do, but I try to use measure it. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of groundnut oil. You can use sunflower oil, but I prefer groundnut oil. There's no taste to it. Right, okay. It's got a high boiling point, which means it's not like olive oil. Oh, okay, you've got 2 in there, that should be alright. Now, I'm going to add, I think I'll have 3 teaspoons of ginger. No, so over a high heat, 3 tablespoons full of ginger. It'll start boiling. If it's too much ginger next time round, don't use too much ginger. A little bit more groundnut oil, I think. Okay, get it smoking. Shut the door so the fire alarm don't get off. Okay, it's smoky now. I'm going to have a little bit more. Okay, that's alright. It's doing all by just experiment with your cooking. You should experiment with the tasting, you should experiment with the cooking. Okay. Now I'm going to add the mushrooms and I'll cook it for a couple of minutes. It's probably too much here. It's certainly too much for one. Right. Cook the mushrooms. I'm going to put just a splash of water. I'll actually do it from the noodles. A splash of water to generate some heat. Do that for a couple of minutes, and I'll probably stir it a bit. Right. Put the heat down, I don't the heat up too high. Right, some couple of dashes of sesame seed oil. The spring onions in. 2 tablespoons full of spring onion, hosin sauce. Need a bit more watering on it. Some light soy. Light soy. And that's it. Oh, nice and sweet. Have a bit more sesame seed on it. You have to experiment with doing this. Always taste your food, always experiment. Mushrooms. The mushrooms shrink, so look for more in there. Okay. I'm now going to put the noodles in. I've probably got too many noodles, but there's about 150 grams of noodles here, probably too much. But always play with your cooking. I'll put too many noodles in. Oh God, oh well, I'll have to call the neighbours in. No, I'll put too many. I'll put twice as many noodles as I need for him. But if you like noodles, it's terrific. I knew I should have taken notice on the bloody recipe. But anyway. Anyway, you get the idea. Now I've got that steam bucket with that. I've turned the heat right down to let it. Okay, so here we have shiitake ginger noodles, sesame seed, light soy and hosin sauce. Now hosin is normally used for Cantonese or duck dishes. You could probably use fish sauce if you wanted to, or oyster sauce, but it's oyster and fish sauces is no good if you're vegan. So this makes a good vegan stroke vegetarian dish. I'm now going to try it.